Welcome back to entry number 2 of Mehron's Petal Paint-off. This paint is heavily inspired by another artist that I just went ahead and found on Google, using this middle photo as my main reference. Because this paint was so incredibly intimidating to me at first, I started with a basic sketch in white just to see where things were to go, blacked out the back half of my face to give more of a slender look, and filled in the nose to give myself a sense of accomplishment. Little things like this made me feel like the paint was actually getting somewhere, and completing the nose made me feel like I actually could do it. I then went ahead and started sketching out the eyes and where they should go and where they're gonna lay. And I went ahead and pre-blocked out my eyebrows since I'm not entirely great with brow blocking still. It's still a skill that I really struggle with, but for this paint in particular, I wanted them to be as gone as much as possible. Alright, the next thing for me to do is to go ahead and start with a layer of brown. I'm creating a base layer of brown everywhere because later on I'm going to go ahead and lighten it with white in certain areas and then go ahead with an orange brown and a red brown in other areas. With white body paint, I'm then going to go in and dot some on my cheek areas, a little bit in the center of my forehead / down my nose a little bit, and up around the deer eyes, making sure to blend it out. Using black body paint, I then went ahead and outlined the eyes once more, only giving them more of a permanent structure. With a reddish brown mix, I'm going to go ahead and put that on the inner corners of the eyes and blending that out. I'm then going to be frequently adding white to that same middle piece where I added white before, purely just because it continuously gets darker over time. Then with the pure white, I'm filling in these side fur textures next to the nose and then the very bottom portion of the lip. Now with an orangey brown color, I'm going in at the very top portions of my head and underneath of the eyes on that bottom middle portion of the nose minus the sides. Now this is where we start adding fur texture, creating hundreds of little lines in the side cheek part of the face. I start by using white, which will naturally mix with the brown underneath, then move to a darker brown, and then back to white. Then I'm going to do the same idea to the rest of the face, going in with white, then dark brown, then in all the areas that we added a red brown or an orange brown, I'm going to do streaks of those colors. One more layer of white on top, then last layer of dark brown. Once again, I'm going in with white paint in the center of my face, but this time I'm also putting some around the tops of my eyes. Then with white again, I'm just creating fur textures on the cheek portions where it butts up next to the dark brown, so it creates a separation since the cheeks are supposed to be a little lighter. I'm also adding fur texture everywhere I just added the white. Then, right underneath the eyes, I'm adding a patch of orange-brown. For the eyes, I'm making a light red for where our white would normally be, and just a pure black pupil, adding highlights wherever it would seem fit. I redid the entire process for the face and down the chest. And this step isn't necessary, but I put more brown in my hairline since mine goes a bit further back and I just wanted to make it seamless. Now just black out the rest of your body and fix up any areas that might have gotten painted over during the process. The deer is pretty much done at this point. I just added homemade antlers and ears, which are made out of cardboard and paper. They're just attached around my bun with a hole in the antlers for a bun to slip into. However, this is a floral paint-off, so it's not done until we add our flowers. For the flowers, I'm adding homemade green flowers, which I made just out of paper, and some poinsettias that are just the fake plastic ones that were just laying around my house, gluing them with my current favorite method, just regular old eyelash glue.